In his book, Good to Great, Jim Collins popularized the concept of the flywheel effect as a metaphor for business success. Companies need to create and sustain momentum, like turning a large, heavy disc. Or let's imagine a merry-go-round filled with lots of kids. When you start to push, it's difficult to move and requires lots of effort with minimal results. But as continuous effort is applied, it begins to turn faster and more easily until it takes on its own momentum and turns with little effort. No one single push contributed to success, but instead it's a lot of activity sustained over time. A successful business is like the merry-go-round, but instead of children, there are customers and shareholders wanting a great ride. And it's not that simple. Businesses need lots of different people, teams, and departments to work together to keep the wheel turning. The challenge is getting the right hands on the right parts of the wheel and pushing in the right way at the right time. If this effort is not well coordinated, and if people don't know why they're pushing or where to push, or if they get distracted or bored, then things slow down, stop, and everyone's upset. Drawing on the science of problem solving and decades of experience working on business problems, the GreyScale team has defined the wheel using 5 stages with key steps critical to problem solving. Stage 1 focuses on identifying problems. This means getting people interested in them and applying intense effort to identify the root causes of the problem. Stage 2 involves understanding problems. This requires knowledge of the problem and what can be done to solve it, as well as know-how, which is leveraging experience and skills to identify workable solutions. Stage 3 is choosing solutions. This requires discussion and healthy debate on the merits of different solutions, and it also requires the use of accurate data and proven methodologies to ensure robust decision-making. Stage 4 focuses on executing the solution. This includes detailed planning of resources, timelines, and activities for success, as well as ensuring the team is performing at the highest level when they execute the plan. And Stage 5 is evaluation, which is using the right measurement tools and metrics to assess the impact the solution had on the problem. Did it work? If so, why or why not? Often this identifies new problems to be solved, which feeds back into the identification stage, and the problem-solving process starts again. To succeed in solving problems, it's not as simple as knowing these stages and having the right resources assigned to them. Leaders need to manage psychosocial risk factors that impact problem solving. These factors include anxiety, stimulation, conformity, and ambiguity, collectively known as ASCA. They exist in every business and affect specific elements of problem solving. Anxiety impairs how much people are interested in identifying problems, how they decide which solutions to choose, and how they plan the execution strategy. When a leader's personality is effective, they lower anxiety. When they're ineffective, they have no impact on it. And when a leader is toxic, they cause people to worry excessively, lose focus, and perform poorly. When people are poorly stimulated, they don't put intense focus on identifying problems. They struggle to decide on solutions, and they don't perform at a high level in the execution stage. An effective leader creates the right level of stimulation. An ineffective leader does nothing to change it. And toxic leaders make the team overstimulated and frantic, or understimulated and bored. If a team conforms, then they won't have robust discussion about solution options. They are likely to go along with decisions of senior people even if they don't agree, and they won't challenge ideas in the planning stage. Effective leaders lower conformity, ineffective leaders have no impact, and toxic leaders directly or indirectly encourage conformity, driving people to agree when the business needs a healthy level of disagreement. And if there's a high level of ambiguity, then people will be less interested in the problem, they will struggle to apply the right knowledge to create solutions, and they will be unclear how to apply their experience and know-how. Effective leaders lower ambiguity, ineffective leaders have no impact, and a toxic leader creates more problems than they solve by increasing confusion and uncertainty. To achieve commercial outcomes, businesses must be exceptional across the 5 stages of problem solving, and they need effective leaders who provide clear direction and drive while creating a psychosocially safe workplace that improves how their people solve problems and deliver results.